Hey, it's Big Phil from Big Phil Speaks coming at you. I've been a little sick, so I wasn't able to tap in about everything going on with Nipsey Hussle in deep detail. First, let me say my condolences, my sincere and deepest condolences to Nipsey Hussle's family, to Lauren London, her family, to their babies, and to the millions of fans and followers that have been affected around the world. Outside of this just being on the surface, a very, very tragic situation and all around fucked up situation, seems like I'm 46. I've lived a little, I've seen a little, I've done a lot. And it seems like this story needs to be dug into deeper. Starting with the business partner and longtime friend of Nipsey Hussle, Cowboy. I'm going to say this, I'm not going to put no bones on him. I'm not going to put no salt on his name. However, if I lost my homeboy of many years, tragically, to which I was pretty much right there, I'd be a messed up individual. My emotions would be all over the place. And I've seen video right after the situation, like right after the situation, where Cowboy looked way too cool, calm, and collected, like it was another day at the office or another day at the store. Then on top of it, the even-keeled interview he gave to the reporters with information saying, oh boy, walked up, shook their hands, woo, woo, woo. He left them for 3 seconds, like 3 seconds. Yet the total shooting took a little bit longer than 3 seconds. Then, when questioned by some of the homies from the Rolling 60 set, now he all of a sudden is too emotional to answer their questions. All of a sudden now, he's so distraught. I'm thinking there's a little bit more that he know to this situation than meets the eye. He says in his interview that everybody knew old boy, and that's how he was able to walk up. Yet, if everybody knew him, why old boy walk up, introduce himself as an aspiring rapper? Nipsey would have known that. Cowboy would have known that. On top of the fact, when old boy gets conveniently takes himself to a mental institution to start the 5150 process to try to get off of this, he gets a high-powered, high-profile lawyer in Christopher Darden. A lot of us remember him from the O.J. Simpson case. He was on the other side. He was on the prosecution side. Now he has his own, I think, practice or what have you. But who paid that retainer? Who paid that money for that man to represent Eric Holder? Eric Holder, being irrational as it seemed in his actions, don't strike as a brother that would have put that retainer money to the side for a lawyer for moments just like this. Mind you, Christopher Darden showed up. Yeah, of course, it could be because of his own personal gain he want to get out of it. It's a book deal, etc., etc., speaking engagements, other cases off of this. And it could be purely coincidental. However, it seems a little bit too coincidental. Excuse me, I'm got a pause in my mouth, 50-50 pause and all that. Now, getting back to Cowboy, it seems like there's a lot to gain in Nipsey being out of the way. I don't know what the paperwork says. I don't know who falls in line. Hopefully, Black Sam is on the papers, and if somebody get this video to Black Sam, Big U, and other reputable people in the Rolling 60 set, y'all really need to have a roundtable powwow with old boy out of the sight of media, out of the sight of 50 to 100 people, and get to the bottom of that ASAP like Rocky. You heard me? Because something there stink. And like I said, unless that man is a master at his emotions, given right there in the moment, he should have been well more shook up than that, well more hurt than that, well more disturbed than that, well more ready to go tear everything up for his homeboy and longtime friend and business partner. I know I would. I wouldn't have been in front of no damn media camera looking crazy. I probably wouldn't even have been able to talk. Matter of fact, I wouldn't have talked. Especially I knew who it was too. I'm on it. And I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have been no problem with rounding up enough people to go get at whoever needed to be got rather. So this whole case is just one of those things that, in the words of Arsenio Hall, things that make you go, Here it is, you got a phenomenal rapper putting out a solid body of work, who's had the probably best year and a half, 2 years of his career, buying properties in his hood, doing things not only in his hood, but even in rival enemies' hoods to better the community. Somebody who has been behind the scenes front line to trying to do away with the color line when it comes to that blue and that red thing, even the brown thing. Who has been dropping jewels on what we as a community need to do to get our shit in order. Who has just recently, last few months or a year or so ago, decided to take on the documentary of one of the most phenomenal yet controversial people to touch the earth in holistic health, Dr. Sebi or Sebi. I apologize if I'm butchering his name. Thus, a lot of people, wanted to put the different conspiracy theory plays on the situation. I believe there's a conspiracy. I just don't think that was the one. I think this is a money issue, lightweight to heavyweight jealousy issue. And I think old boy was a dumbass that got used in the whole situation. I don't think he'll make it to trial. That's just me. From one side or the other dealing with it. The people that put him up to it, or the homies and enemies that have respect for Nip dealing with it. I don't think he's gonna make it to trial. But either way, he should not be the only one paying for this. Like I said, Big U, Black Sam, and other reputables across the board, y'all need to dig into this one. Don't let this one go. Don't let this one go. Last but not least, this Kodak Black situation. I see Kodak Black as being young, dumb, with a lack of guidance around him. Little talent, but a lack of guidance. And what he don't understand is when you dead ass wrong for something, the older homeboys, the older OGs, the older respectable people in your field are supposed to give you a tongue lashing, a kick in the ass, pull you up by your collar, jack you up, proverbially, to let you know you done slipped up, fucked up, messed up, that you need to get it in order. But part of this new generation's thing is you can't tell me nothing. That's all right. Now Kodak is finding himself out here really by itself. Half the dudes in Florida ain't messing with him, let alone anywhere else. Kodak, if this gets your ear, there's a time, place for everything. And that brother hadn't even been laid in the ground yet, and you jump out there with no parachute, being way more than disrespectful. Sometimes we gotta think before we speak, whether that's what you felt or not. Sometimes some things are better left unsaid. They don't give you no more brownie points because you said it. Just made you look that much more of an ass because you said it. Take the time to listen to the ones that have been trying to get at you to get it right. And when you're trying to apologize, you leave it there. You don't put no extra stuff on it trying to save your pride. You basically, you basically take your lashes, deal with it, apologize, and move on. That's what being a man is about. Ain't nobody question whether you a thorough dude or not. However, these little rants and tirades that you put on subsequently don't show a thorough dude, it show a little boy. And you're going to mess around and get yourself involved with something that you really don't want to be involved with, all because you wanted to compliment and or shoot your shot in the midst of controversy, in the midst of a tragic death. That's enough. I ain't going to talk too much more on that. Anyways, again, my condolences to Nipsey Hussle's family, Lauren London and her family, to them kids. To them kids. As you grow older, just know that your daddy impacted millions. Millions. The Tupac of this generation, whose body of work will live on forever and ever. And for that, as you get older, you ain't got nothing but to hold your head high and be proud of your daddy. R.I.P. Nip. This is Big Phil from Big Phil Speaks. I'm out until next time. I'll holler.